Good afternoon and welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in beautiful Windsor, Ontario, the site of the 2020 OCAA Women's Basketball Championships here on We Digital Productions. Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Papa. We continue our coverage, the second of four broadcasts here this afternoon. The first one in the books, the Algonquin Thunder defeat the Lambton Lions by a 66-52 count. A very good match coming up here as the Durham Lords at 13-3 will take on the very good Fanshawe Falcons sitting at 17-1. An east-west matchup here in this game, just like that of the first game. And the rest of our schedule goes like this. It'll be the St. Clair College Saints at 6 p.m. taking on the George Brown Huskies, and at 8 p.m. it'll be the Sheridan Bruins taking on the red-hot Humber Hawks. The Hawks also at 17-1. But right now we're going to focus on this game between the Durham Lords and the Fanshawe Falcons. Let's first take a look at the Durham Lords. As I mentioned, they are 13-3. They come into this tournament to playing some pretty good basketball as of late. You look at their numbers there, third in the East. Very consistent, very good numbers as far as their season goes. Again, there's always that talk about the East being a little bit different than the West, but Durham defeated Conestoga from the West to get into this OCAA championship tournament. So the Durham Lords have some veterans, some key veterans. Let's first check in with Emily Glendenning as she tells us how they prepare for their games.
We do a lot of film individually as players, so we all go and we watch games, and we just our coaches tell us we analyze players and stuff like that, but we don't really focus on the team. We kind of just come out and focus on our game. We don't necessarily let the other teams dictate how we're going to play, but yeah, that's pretty much we just come out and play our own game.
That was Emily Glendenning of the Durham Lords. Her coach, Heather LaFontaine, also a veteran coach. I talked to her about the East versus West thing. She says it's just simply basketball.
You know what? I think that there's certain teams that have a certain kind of style that they're going to play, and whether they're in the East or the West, it doesn't really matter. You probably have more teams that play a similar style in part of the Western Conference than you do in the East. But then there's two or three teams in the East that play the same type of game that we play. So I don't know. I hear that. I've heard that too, that it's different in the West. But I'm not sure. It's basketball. It's all basketball. And so whether you're a run and gun team or whether you're a slow it down team or whether you're a defensive first team, it doesn't matter whether you're in the East or West.
That was Coach Heather LaFontaine of the Durham Lords. Their opponent, the Fanshawe Falcons, of course, we see them here in the West. They played St. Clair a couple of times. This is an outstanding team that Bill Carey has put together. A lot of veteran leadership. And, of course, they have one veteran, Natalie Warner, who is playing for another medal. She's got a couple of bronze medals. She'd like to pick up another gold medal. This is what she said about finishing her on a high note.
Yeah, of course, everyone wants to go out on top, right? Nobody wants to go out with a loss or anything like that. So it's super important. I was lucky enough to win 2 bronze medals, a gold medal last year, and then hopefully another gold one this year. But very important. I love winning. I'm quite competitive, as I'm sure everybody is in this league. So yeah. Really looking forward to it.
That was Natalie Warren, of course, one of the key veterans of this Fanshawe team. This talented lineup is certainly deep, and Bill Carrier with a lot of experience, and he knows that that could be a big factor when it comes to the gold medal game of this tournament.
We've been fortunate to have girls come back to our program, whether it's through degree programs at Fanshawe or them finding another program to complete. So that they can pursue their 5-year career or their eligibility. So I think experience is a big key. It's always nice to have that kind of experience when we're going into championships and especially 3 games in 3 days. It's nice to have that experience, and we have numbers too. We're deep, so fortunately that brings a lot of success to our program too.
That's Coach Bill Carrier. Of course, he was named the OCAA West Division Coach of the Year, very deserving of that award. That also gets you a little insight to this second game of the OCAA Women's Basketball Championships. When we come back, it's the tip-off and the call. Aaron Sanders and Reed Innes with all the action for you. This is the OCAA Women's Basketball Championships on We Digital Productions.
Here, it's about you, your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College, it's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
And we are back at the St. Clair College Sportsplex for Game 2 of the OCAA 2020 Women's Basketball Championship. It's the Durham Lords 13-3 against the Fanshawe Falcons 17-1. It's hello from me to you. I'm Aaron Sanders alongside Reed Innes, and we got an interesting match for you today. The Fanshawe Falcons, the reigning OCAA champions, against the Durham Lords, who fared out with a very nice record to end the season. Reed, what are you going to be looking for in today's game?
I think this is going to be a very competitive game. We've got two teams, Fanshawe, the #1 offensive team in the OCAA. Durham's the #1 defensive team in the OCAA. So I'm curious to see who's going to set the tone, whether it's going to be the offense or the defense. But either way, I think it's going to be highly competitive. You've got two teams that aren't going to back down from one another, and they want to obviously advance, but they want to make sure they leave everything out on the floor and put their best foot forward.
This has been a very sturdy Durham Lords team the last number of years. Same with the Fanshawe Falcons over in the West Division. And you heard what Heather LaFontaine, the head coach of the Durham Lords, says. It doesn't matter if you're playing against a different team or a team outside your division. What matters is you get the job done. And they are about 3 wins away from winning the championship. But same for the Fanshawe Falcons. Starting lineups are being introduced at the moment, this time for the Fanshawe Falcons. And in just a moment, we'll have the starting lineup for both of these teams. Pretty interesting matchup, to say the least. Once again, the Algonquin Thunder prevailed against the Lambton Lions early on, so they're looking in to see who will win out of this. Starters right here for the Durham Lords: Andrea Zulik, Emily Glendenning, Sierra Oliver, Kendra Oliver, and Katisha Brissette round out the starting 5 for Heather LaFontaine's Durham Lords. For the Fanshawe Falcons, Jessica Jordan, Michaela Wright, Shuat Andrew, Allison Cotton, and Natalie Warren rounding out the 5 for Bill Carrier's squad. So game is almost underway here. We have 2 more contests here in Game 1, and this is Game 2 of 4 here in the first day of the Women's Basketball Championship. We're glad you're here with us. We're live here at the Mont On Time Express broadcast booth, and glad you are here for the afternoon and for the weekend. Durham in green, Fanshawe in white with the red trim. Natalie Warren will tip it off against Katisha Brissette of the Durham Lords. Tip is controlled by Fanshawe. And we are underway. Andrew down at the corner. Finds Michaela Wright. She puts it up, and it's no good. It rattles in and out. And back come the Durham Lords. Here's Kendra Oliver. She cleaned up house last night at the athletic banquet. More on that later.
Oliver's a very good young player. I look for her to assert herself in this game and probably carry a big part of the load for the Durham Lords.
Absolutely, and Andrea Zulik gets on the scoreboard as that ball rattles right into the basket. She averages 13 points per game, and she was able to get the first 2 points. Andrew outside, it hits off the side. Zulich with the rebound, outlet to Oliver. Goes off the glass, and it's Wright with the rebound.
Some quick shots here early on. Probably trying to get through some jitters, get a little bit of a feel for the game on both sides.
It's a matter of controlling that tempo as Warren spins around, falls away, no good. Oliver down with the rebound. Correction, that's Brissett. Oliver being guarded by Andrew. Zulich at the far right. 10 on the shot clock. This is Sierra Oliver inside to Oliver, and she gets it to go. And it's 4-0 Fanshawe.
Nice strong move to the baseline, easy jump shot.
4 quick points already for Durham. Wright passes his right on inside, and the shot's good for Allison Cotton. 4-2 is the scores. We're just underway here in Game 2 of Day 1 here at the Women's Basketball Championship, We Digital Productions. Zulich looking for options down to the far corner. She finds Emily Glendening. Glendening back to the top 3 on the shot clock. Brissett's got a move. She fires it at will. It's no good. And Andrew picks it up. Andrew running the floor, loses control of the ball, but regains it. Right from downtown.
Fanshaw's not afraid to put it up from outside. They're one of the league leaders in three-point shots attempted, and they shoot the ball very well.
32.3% from downtown as the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Durham with 7:33 to go in the first quarter. Into the game for Fanshawe is Ashley Leblanc. Played 17 games this year, the first-year guard from Wallaceburg. Had a career-high 11 points against the Lions on November 13th. The inbounds pass goes into Zulich. Right inside to Oliver. Over Andrew, yes.
You see very early on, Oliver's trying to assert herself inside. She's very strong, Clair. She got good position, nice move to the middle with an easy look.
And that's what you have to do when it comes to taking advantage of the mismatch. As Andrew gets it from the top of the key, it's now 6-4, Durham. On the other end of the court, Oliver up no good. And LeBron picks it up. 2 passes later, it's Wright, going right down to the basket, attacking Brissett, and draws the foul. She will head to the line.
Nice to see Fanshawe looking to attack there. It's a team, they put up a lot of shots, whether it be outside, inside. They're going to keep coming, keep attacking. So, as I said, Durham's a good defensive team. They're going to have their hands full with Fanshawe on the offensive end.
Fanshawe slowed down a little bit on the fast break as Michaela Wright's at the line. In the regular season, she shot 73% from the free throw line. She knocks down the first. 8th from downtown, 35.2%. 8 in total rebounds, 155, and was able to amass 6 double-doubles in the regular season. The second free throw is missed, and it will stay with Durham. So Durham started with a 4-0 run, but Fanshawe found a way to get right back very soon. And it's now a 1-point Durham Lord lead. The inbounds goes into Zulich. Zulich guarded by LeBlanc. Brissett. Glendening. Try to fake out, but fires a 3 instead. It is short. Oliver leans away. It is no good. Mackenzie Van Dyke with the ball, tie up. And Durham will get the ball back by way of the possession arrow.
Nice work by Van Dyke to get that rebound inside, but she brought it down where anybody can get it, whether you got a size advantage or not. You want to make sure you keep it up nice and high, keep it away from the opponent.
Only in her second year, and that's how you're going to gain experience as the 3 doesn't go for Glendening. Down to the court is Andrew. She has running room, fires it from top of the key. It goes in and out. Rebound by Van Dyke. She puts it back in.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Van Dyke kept it nice and high, gained control, went up, had the putback, got the 2 points.
She learned her lesson from the other end. And that's how you take advantage of the second chance opportunities. You want to fling it away once you get the rebound. And substitutions are being made for Fanshawe. Now in is Jessica Cameron. Second-year forward from Calgary. Here's Kendra Oliver. Glendening with the fake, gets the step, and misses the leaner. Van Dyke already down with the rebound. 2 quick rebounds for her, as Andrew has real estate, fires it from deep, and it hits the front rim.
She's not bashful. She's going to let it fly if you get a little bit of space there. So want to get a hand up, make her take some contested shots.
She shoots 40% from the field. Sierra Oliver inside to Glendenning. Tries to find ways to give it to Oliver, and she does. 6 on the timer. Oliver puts it right in. It gets denied. What a nice block from Michaela Wright.
Very nice defensive stand there by Wright, taking on the bigger player, but stood her ground, stayed with her, kept her hands up, got the block, and then nice effort by Oliver trying to get it in, keep it in bounds or put off the opponent, but she just stepped on the baseline.
That was all ball for Michaela Wright as Fanshawe gets the ball back. 7-6 is the score. As Andrew has it up top, guarded by Oliver. Goes right inside the drive, kisses it off the glass, no good. McDyke with her 3rd rebound. Here's the shot, it's no good. Fanshawe regains possession. 3rd chance opportunity coming up as we're almost halfway into the first. Leblanc over to Andrew. Andrew driving in from the left. Too many steps. And Fanshawe turns the ball over.
Good job recovering there on defense. Durham looked like they were going to give up the easy layup, but the help side defense came, cut off the drive, and all of a sudden we got an extra step in there.
Credit to Jamie Gordon for stepping right in and contesting Andrew's ability to drive right inside to the basket. 7-6 is the score. Fanshawe over Durham. And Zulich kisses it off the glass for 2.
Nice control of the ball there, all the way to the basket.
So Durham regains the lead for the time being. Michaela Wright sends it over to Warren. That's the player to watch. The shot goes off the side. And Jamie Gordon with the ball. Seasoned veteran of the OCAA. Shots no good for Glendenning. Good defense from Fanshawe. As Wright passes the timeline. Wright for 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Leblanc. And she puts it in.
Fanshawe very active on the glass. That's a big part of why they're able to score as many points as they do. They get 2nd and 3rd opportunities. They never quit.
Be careful with this team. They average 49 rebounds per game. That's 3rd in the league. 4:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Oliver near side. Sends it over to the top. Sierra Oliver. He almost lost control. Oliver puts it up. Almost got it to go. And it's Leblanc with another rebound. Here's right in the corner, back to Leblanc. They swoop the ball around. Warren gets it to go.
Great inside position. Knew exactly what she was going to do with it. If she didn't get the points, she was going to draw the foul. That's perfect. Great execution.
Great positioning, as it's now 11-8 Fanshawe. Gordon tries to kick it inside, but it's taken away by Leblanc. Here comes the Fanshawe Falcons. Leblanc puts it up. It's no good, but that'll send her to the line. Good opportunity on this fast break coming up here.
You see in that replay, Durham's really keying in, trying to get the ball inside to Oliver, which is understandable. She is a very good player, but Fanshawe knows that as well, so they're going to try and take her out of the game. You got to try and get other people involved, get some movement with the ball, and make Fanshawe guard everyone.
Actually, Leblanc, for that first free throw, 53% free throw shooter, played all but 1 game in the regular season, career high 11 against Lambton early in the season. So Fanshawe makes a substitution. Allison Cotton checks back in for Leblanc. Really good outing for Leblanc here in the first quarter, and she will have a seat.
I see Fanshawe apply a little bit of pressure here, try and force the hand.
Zulich finding Gordon. They kick it outside, Rashida Gibbs. 3 from Gordon, no good. It'll be Fanshawe ball with 3:38 remaining here in the first. So Andrea Zulich and Kendra Oliver has 4 points. And those are the only points from Durham right now. Leblanc with 3. And looking at the team comparisons, Fanshawe's out-rebounding Durham 12-8.
That's a big part of them being active on the glass, especially in the offensive end, as we've seen. each of their possessions, they're going after the ball. Even if they don't get the second opportunity, they're getting a hand on the ball, give themselves a chance.
And you think a lot of people will worry about the mismatch when it goes down to going for those rebounds, but they're playing like everything is at stake, and it is. As we take another look at Andrew, nice hop step, and she was able to draw the contact.
I think the thing you'll notice with Fanshawe as the game goes on, they crash 4, if not 5 people, because they know they've got the ability to get back on defense. So even if they end up giving up a long rebound, they can recover and get back on the defensive end.
Well, you bet. As Andrew knocks down both free throws, and she's the league leader from the charity stripe, almost 90%. And there's no problem to her. She cleaned up house at the athletic banquet last night, and it will stay with Durham. So foul on the play. Both of these clubs have 3 fouls, 1 more foul to give between Durham and Fanshawe. The inbounds pass goes into Zulich. Under 3 to go here in the first. Oliver with the step on Cotton, but misses the jumper. Warren, flustered, sends it right back over to Jordan. Andrew thought about the shot. Good decision. Inside for 2.
That little hesitation dribble gave her just enough space to get that shot off. That was a nice play.
16-8 is the score. Fanshawe over Durham in Game 2 of the championships. The 3 goes in and out, and Warren brings down the rebound. Cotton. That's just a good look for Natalie Warren. She gets 2 more.
Well, that's unfortunate too. Gordon, I think, got tripped up there, hit the floor, and wasn't able to get back into defensive position, gave up an easy layup.
Kickball called on the play. Katisha Brissett returns in for Jamie Gordon. And we have 2 minutes to go here in the first. Rashida Gibbs with the ball, guarded by Jessica Jordan. Is taken away. Andrew puts it up and draws the foul.
Nice job reading the passing lane, getting there, getting the easy steal, then attacking the basket.
And so far, Fanshawe is mastering the fast break as they look for opportunities to go to the line. And there's Andrew just drawing the contact on Caitlin Hickey.
Fanshawe is very much a team. They'll capitalize on your mistakes. They'll score in bunches, even if they might be a little bit streaky at times. Part of that is that, you know, they're going to knock them down. They might miss a few in a row, but then they're going to get them back on the next possession.
They find ways to keep on bouncing back. Shaud Andrew is the line. Was named the OCAA Player of the Year as she knocks down both free throws. Western Division Player of the Year, All-Canadian, and Western Division First All-Star team as well.
Yeah, that's back-to-back Player of the Year awards for her, if I'm not mistaken.
You betcha. Hickey for 2, no good. Andrew comes out of there with a rebound. Andrew down to the corner, gets bailed out by Michaela Wright. Wright guarded by Sierra Oliver. And Andrew gets the ball back down to the wing. 9 on the clock. Andrew for 3. It's short. With the pick back, it's no good. But Fanshawe gets another crack at it. Andrew with the step. Fires it. Got it.
That's 10 points for her. Nice early start to the game.
Andrew leading with 10 points, and the shot's good for Glendenning. She's on the board. It is now 22-10, Fanshawe. Andrew from downtown, off the mark, gets her own rebound, swoops it right in with the leaner, and it's off. And Durham comes up with the rebound, Sierra Oliver. Outside Glendenning. And the shot's flat as day old soda as Fanshawe Falcons get the ball back with 31 seconds left.
Glendenning's a veteran player. That's unfortunately you don't want to see the air ball go up, but it's just part of the game. She'll shake that off. She'll be ready to go on the next possession.
Keep in mind there's 30 more minutes of basketball to go following this one, so plenty of time.
Absolutely. A lot of basketball left to be played.
Here's Jordan, guarded by Gibbs, and sends it over to Cotton. 6-second difference, shot clock, game clock. Jordan outside. It's off the mark. Here's Glendenning. Shot clock's off. Final 10 seconds. Down to 5. And Brissette draws the foul, courtesy of Grace Shea.
Hate to see that as a coach. You don't want to commit a foul with under 10 seconds left in the quarter. Fortunately, it's not a shooting foul, so no real harm done there.
Final seconds, it is taken away. Jordan at the buzzer, gets rejected by Hickey.
Good awareness there by Jordan. You saw her sneak a little peek up the clock, so she knew exactly how much time she had.
That's just great move. You take another look at this coming off the steal. Coming up the live action, the shot goes at the buzzer and it's short. And that's the story for the first quarter. The Fanshawe Falcons trailed at the beginning of the game, but they find themselves leading 22-10 at the end of one. We'll be back in just a moment.
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
And here we go with the second quarter as the Fanshawe Falcons lead 22-10 over the Durham Lords in Game 2 of the OCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Along with Reed Ennis, I'm Aaron Sanders in the Mont's On Time Express broadcast booth. Looking at the stats at the end of the first 10 minutes, Reed, I think the rebounds played a huge difference, and it worked out in Fanshawe's favor. Just look at this. 7 offensive rebounds. That's something that has to be limited immediately.
Absolutely. Even if Fanshawe didn't capitalize, they're giving themselves more opportunities, and over the course of a game, that's going to end up paying off eventually. So if you want to see Durham do a little bit better job boxing out, create some space, go get the ball, and keep Fanshawe out of the key.
Double dribble called on Grace Shea, so Durham will have the first crack at the ball here in the second quarter. They haven't had the lead since they led 4-0 in the beginning stages of this game. Zulich sends it to Glendenning. This is Kendra Oliver, guarded by Wright. 8 on the clock. Zulich with the cross-court pass. Oliver's got to move. 3 on the shot clock. Gets met by the double team and throws the ball away.
Durham looked a little out of sorts there. A little bit too much standing around, just kind of watching, waiting for somebody else to do something is what it looks like. But hopefully they can shake that, get a little bit more offensive flow, and then start to get a little bit of capitalization going on. And
Fanshawe was able to apply the pressure as the shot clock was winding down. Wright tries to send it to Anjou, but she saves it from the backcourt violation. 6 on the clock. Anjou guarded by Oliver. Down to 3. Sends it into Warren. Fades away. It's off.
That's a good job by Oliver pressuring it on the perimeter like that.
That's what you have to do to get Fanshawe off their game. Zulich from downtown. It's off. And Jordan holds it and gives a cross-court pass to Anjou. Warren goes to work and connects for Jordan, and it goes for 3.
That's a fairly good contest from Emily Glendenning. She just not quite there, about a half step too short. Fanshawe is able to knock it down.
First points of the quarter. Glendenning's shot is a no-go as Shea picks up the rebound. Anjou goes behind the back and beats Oliver on the dribble. Anjou going coast to coast, looking for a foul but won't get it. He'll stay with Fanshawe. And Taylor Hill checks in for Fanshawe.
Fanshawe, a lot of substitutions, keeping everybody fresh. That way they can keep a little bit of pressure on Durham, make them very uncomfortable when they get on the offensive end.
Not to mention a lot of depth. 5-second violation called as Durham keeps on applying the pressure. The question is, can they match that up on the offensive end?
Yeah, you know they're going to be able to bring it on defense. It's just a matter of whether or not they can capitalize on the opportunities they get and score some points.
25-10 is the score. 2 minutes in here of this second quarter. As
Nice
Zulich
cut.
goes inside to Oliver, draws the foul, no correction. They'll wave the basket off, travel.
Very nice cut there by Oliver, but the Fanshawe player was able to recover, make it a little bit harder. She had the extra step, and the official got her for the travel.
How about that double team right inside, just between Anjou and Taylor Hill.
Second look there might have been opportunity to call either a held ball or just a no call, but the official saw fit to get the travel.
Jumper's no good for Wright as Zulich brings it up court. Glendenning finding Gordon. Quick passes from Durham. Oliver gets denied by Wright, but Oliver puts it right back in. Kendra Oliver. And Kendra has 6 for the afternoon. Jordan all the way. Loses control. Wright, what a step, but misses the floater.
Durham very fortunate there. They had a defensive breakdown on the initial drive, but they were able to recover. They come away with no points given up, and now they get to take their chance on the other end.
Durham shooting 24% from the field. They have to get something up. What behind the back dribble from Sierra Oliver. Finds Kendra, puts it up, and it's no good. Second chance, and it's off. Third chance coming up maybe, but they draw a foul. Good resiliency and persistency from Kendra Oliver right down to the basket as we take a look at the tape.
Yeah, she does a good job. She's got the inside position. It's a very nice look from Sierra. A lot of contact there. The officials are letting them play a little bit, which is nice, but it can get frustrating. Oliver's got to keep her head, keep with it. It'll pay off.
And that says a lot about them allowing Fanshawe second, third chance opportunities. The other way around, they were able to pick up some rebounds, like this one here. Kendra Oliver with the step and misses it over Hall. So Fanshawe gets the ball back with 6:34 remaining here in the first half.
Durham's going to keep fighting. They're a good team. They've met some adversity this year. They fought through it. They know exactly what to expect from Fanshawe. They're going to keep coming.
Durham with a 13-3 record. Beat the Conestoga Condors in the crossover playoff. Loose ball on the floor. It's a tie-up, and it will go back with the Lords.
Nice effort there. Kendra Oliver being aggressive, playing the passing lane, and then Sierra Oliver hitting the floor.
And leads the Lords with 19.4 points per game, and then some. He's played and started all 16 games. Rookie of the Year, East Division Player of the Year, All-Canadian, East Division Rookie of the Year, Eastern All-Star, and All-Rookie. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, she's a top 3 player in scoring and rebounding in the league. She was number 3 scorer and number 2 rebounding. So you know she's bringing it both ends of the floor on every possession.
And we'll see her step it up more. She already has 7 boards and 6 points at the moment. But they have to find their way out of a 25-12 hole as Andrew cross-courts it right on over. Cotton with the ball, met by the double team. Hill with 8 on the shot clock. Hill sends it right inside. Cotton with the teardrop.
Nice little floater coming across the middle. Not the highest percentage shot, but it's a good look, and they got it to fall.
Sierra Oliver finding Kendra. Yes.
That's a tough catch. It's a good pass to see her capitalize on there.
And Durham continuing to stay into this game. Andrew met by Glendenning. Passes it outside. The three-pointer is no good. Zulich on the run.
Durham much more active on the defensive glass right now.
One of the issues in the end of the first quarter, Andrew blocks it out of bounds. And with that, Michaela Wright and Legacy Blackbird checked in for Fanshawe. Another look at the Andrew block from behind. And those blocks are kind of risky, especially when you're from behind, because it could have been a foul.
Absolutely, it's risky. Sometimes the official will make that call even if there is no contact because it looks like there is. Very fortunate to not get called for the foul down there.
And Kendra Oliver is on the move as she gets the bucket to go. She now has 10 as it's 27-16. The lead's been cut down to single digits. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Blackbird fires it up. It's no good. Kendra Oliver, a bully on the boards once again. That's her 8th. She's on double-double watch already.
Like I said, she's going to bring it both ends of the floor. A lot of basketball left to be played.
And Glendenning knocks down the tray, and it's now an 8-point game. And these Durham Lords are something else, especially from beyond the arc. Nearly 29% from the field. That's 4th in the OCAA. Right over to Cotton. Cotton guarded by Glendenning. Trying to drive in from the left. Fires it up. No good. And the momentum has shifted to Durham's side. Zulich. 2 passes later. It's into Jamie Gordon.
Much better movement here from Durham.
Oliver spins around. Fires away. The tap dancer doesn't fall. There's a foul on the play. It'll be an offensive foul.
Glendenning's trying to keep the ball alive there, but like we were just talking about, coming across from behind, it's risky. You're sometimes even going to get that call even if there is no contact. Better off to just get back, get set on defense, and try and get it back at this end.
And for the first time, we'll have a barber's chair timeout. This time, it's called by Heather LaFontaine of the Durham Lords. So the Durham Lords with momentum as they are outscoring the Fanshawe Falcons 9-5 here in the second quarter. But still, a lot of things to take advantage of as we take a look at the Eastern Division standings. Durham ended up in third, tied third with the George Brown Huskies, 13-3 record. So they had a really good season. Ended the season winning nearly 10 of their last 11 games. Now that's huge. Only lost 1 on their home court, so that says a lot about this Durham Lords team.
Absolutely. They're year in and year out, they're a competitive team. The East is a little bit top-heavy compared to the West. The West is more consistent throughout, but the top half of that division is very strong. So to get 13 wins is an accomplishment no matter who you're playing against.
Absolutely. Well, they play 16 games as compared to the 18 the West Division plays, but nonetheless, the competition is pretty much there. No question about it. Fanshawe coming out of this timeout. But then again, the Durham Lords have been taking care of business here in the second quarter. Thanks to Kendra Oliver, 10 points, 8 rebounds, and assists in her name, 5 of 13 from the field at the moment. Fanshawe has to find some way to stop the damage made by Durham in the last 2 minutes. What a feed inside, but it doesn't go for right. She was looking for the foul. Loose ball on the floor. It will be a tie-up, and it will go to Fanshawe.
Yeah, I think Oliver was fortunate to get away with a little contact there across the forehead, but referees are, like I said, letting them play a little bit.
What a feed for Wright. And she gets it over Jamie Gordon. So it's 29-19, Fanshawe over Durham here in Game 2 of the women's basketball tournament here on We Digital. Oliver sends it to Zulich. Glendenning guarded by Cameron. It's Oliver. 3 on the shot clock. Gordon heaves away, and it goes in and out. Heartbreak City for the Lords as they lose control of the ball.
Much more activity from Durham. Whether it be setting up the offense or when the shot goes up, they're all crashing, which is good to see. A lot more life to their game right now than there was in the first quarter.
Absolutely, a big difference. Under 3 minutes to go here. Fanshawe only trailed by 4 at the beginning stages of this game. And as you can see, they keep on applying the damage as Michaela Wright hits it from downtown.
Yeah, she's about a 35% shooter from outside, so she will knock it down if you leave her open.
41% from the field is Wright in the regular season. Zulich guarded by Leblanc. 6 on the shot clock. And Wright goes down. The shot from Zulich at the buzzer hits off the top. It'll stay with Durham. Michaela Wright tapped it out of bounds.
Nice job by Gordon there, getting inside position. All Wright could do was really slap at it, try to keep it alive, and end up going out of bounds.
So once again, we talked about how many chances the Durham Lords have been opening up on. The ball will stay with the Lords, and we're seeing Michaela Wright becoming more involved defensively, and that slows things down for Durham as they have to inbound it from the sideline. Zulich guarded by Leblanc. And an illegal screen on Jamie Gordon.
Couldn't see for sure there. I think Gordon just got a little bit too wide, might have tripped up the Fanshawe player.
Jamie Gordon, no stranger to the OCAA, played for the Humber Hawks for the last 2 years. Provincial and national champion as she takes away the ball. Oliver kisses it off the glass. Good night.
Good strong finish, attacking a 1-on-4 situation. She was aggressive, which is what you want to see.
And Fanshawe with the ball again. Oliver almost took it away. But great hustle. Once again, Sierra Oliver is just showing everything she has in her arsenal in this early stages of the ball game.
Absolutely. You know what? That's an unfortunate foul to call, but you take it as a coach because she's being aggressive. She's trying to make things happen and trying to start the break going the other way. So you don't want it, but at the same time, you can live with it.
Brilliant performance from her here in the first half. Andrew feeds it to Warren. Misses the reverse. It will stay with Fanshawe with 1:47 remaining here in the half. Stick around at halftime. Dominic Papa will have the halftime report here on We Digital Productions. Meanwhile, Fanshawe will inbound the ball. It's Andrew at the corner, guarded by Sierra Gordon. Andrew takes the ball around and gets the ball back. 4 on the shot clock. Andrew goes for the floater with the right hand. No good. And coming out of there was Kendra Oliver. Leaning in for the 2 was Sierra, and it's no good. And Andrew slows things down as she brings the ball up court. Jordan going through Glendenning. And Cotton gets the ball back from Warren and gets the jump hook to go.
That's a tough shot, but you got to go nice and close like that. You give yourselves lots of opportunity.
Under a minute here in the half. Fanshawe 34, Durham 21. Zulich looking for options, down to 10 on the shot clock. Zulich trying to feed Oliver, but it's taken away by Andrew, and Kendra Oliver gets the ball back, feeds it right inside. That was Brissett going for Kendra Oliver, but nonetheless, Durham is off to the line.
It's the right idea there, but hands in the passing lane make it difficult, especially over the top. Durham still able to capitalize, get a good look inside, and go to the line.
It was Katisha Brissett who carried on with the play, and when it comes to those broken play opportunities, you have to display that hustle as Kendra Oliver knocks down the first free throw.
Absolutely. That possession, Durham got caught, standing around a little bit again, but end up going to the line and getting 2 points. I think they'll take it.
34-23 is now the score with 45 seconds left here in the second quarter. Jordan brings it up court near the left side, and Leblanc has it. Warren flustered by the double team. Shot clock at 7. The feed, it's broken up, and Durham has a chance to try to cut this lead into single digits before halftime.
Yeah, I think you want to try and take your time, get a good look here.
And Zulich, speedy demon, and she traveled. She stutter stepped because she did not anticipate that double team to come right away.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's a good opportunity you want to push it to try and see if it's there, but to pull it back out right away and set something up, make sure you give yourself a good look to end the quarter.
Shot clock is dead for the next 12 seconds. Leblanc sends it over to Andrew, guarded by Gibbs. Jordan for 3, goes in and out. Warren, one more shot, and fouled with under a second to go. Great heads-up play from Natalie Warren, not only with the rebound, but the ability to put it up there.
Well, and there's the Fanshawe Falcons once again crashing the offensive glass.
And mind you, Natalie Warren was on the other side for that rebound, just trying to size up for positioning.
Absolutely.
Natalie Warren misses the first free throw. Fifth from the field goal range, 51.4%, ended up with 5 double-doubles and 9th total in blocks with 16 for the season. 0.3 seconds to go, and that will do it for the first half. The Fanshawe Falcons stopping the Durham Lords' run here in the second quarter, and they lead 35-23 at the end of the half. Stand by for Dominic Papa in the halftime report here on We Digital Productions. That's coming up.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions.
Are you passionate about a particular sport? Would you like to combine it with your education? Are you thinking about a career in one of the many rewarding construction-related trades? Do you love subjects like science, technology, engineering, or math? Take a look at the academies of the Windsor Essex Catholic District School Board. You'll be glad you did. And years from now, you'll look back on your high school days as the best times of your life. The academies of the Windsor Essex Catholic District School Board. We're with you all the way.
Hi, I'm DJ Smith, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. For the best in local sports coverage, We Digital.
Here, it's about you. Your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College, it's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Barron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the site of the 2020 OCAA Women's Basketball Championships here on We Digital Productions. Dominic Papa checking in with our halftime report. A lot of great people visiting the Sportsplex this weekend, a lot of hardworking people visiting our city this weekend. One of those special people joining us here on our broadcast is that of Martha Peak. She is the women's convener of OCAA Women's Basketball. All the way from Ottawa, Martha joins us. Thanks for coming in, Martha. And
thank you, Van. That's very nice of you to say.
Well, no, that's all true. You got to have good people to run these things. And obviously, you've been at the helm as the convener for 3 years. St. Clair puts in the bid to get the nod here, but there's a process there. Tell us a little bit about that. And, you know, Sportsplex, I love this place, Martha. It's pretty special.
It is pretty special. They have a wonderful facility, and it's nice to have hosts like St. Clair that have new facilities that we can, our student athletes that can come and participate in something, an event like this.
You being the convener of women's basketball, how important are facilities like this?
They're important in all sorts of ways, not only for, you know, our student athletes to have these facilities to play in, but, you know, just the development of sport. Other younger women seeing other women playing sports, right? Older women, they can see themselves in those people. So it's nice that they can attend these different events and see those, our players playing.
Okay. So this championship, I mean, you follow the league closely, obviously. Being the convener, you have to oversee everything. So you got to know what's going on. And you're up in Ottawa, but this championship, when this all comes together, the importance of this championship, Martha, for the, I guess, development, for even just the future of OCA women's basketball. How important is it?
It's important. It's out to, you know, we obviously we put in a lot of time as administrators and each of our facilities just to have our students participate. And like you said, everybody gets to see this. This is going live, right? So the importance of it for the sport, the development of these student athletes, you know, we like to say we're teaching life lessons through sport, right? So, you know, there's the teamwork and the communication and overcoming obstacles. Those are all things that we get from playing basketball.
We've been working with St. Clair for several years now, Martha, and it's been a great relationship. We're certainly appreciative of it. And one thing that I've got to see and watch over the years is just the development, the involvement of women's athletics, and certainly women's basketball and the caliber of play. Outstanding. There's some real special athletes. I don't think people really truly realize how good the basketball is at this level.
Yeah, I think if they tune in and see, they'll be surprised, right? And it's just getting better and better, faster. You know, it's a competitive environment. So it's really nice. They're very athletic women that play sports just like men. It's nice on International Women's Day to have this event too.
Yeah, absolutely. Your role as the convener then. Why don't you take us through, you know, I guess the job that you have to do and make sure it gets done as the convener.
So really, the convener, I get to oversee all the teams. You know, I work closely with the signers and the officials too, just through games and coaches. Right? We work with the coaches and track different fouls, help with the league official rules, things like that on a day-to-day basis through the league. But it's just an extra that we do to help support the sport.
Now, you've come down here and. I got to meet you last night at the banquet, which was great, and I enjoyed sitting with you at our table there. And I'm learning a lot about Algonquin and the Ottawa situation there, and you're getting a new field house from what I understand as well.
We are. We can't wait for a new facility at Algonquin College. We're part of the Students Association, and it's exciting times, but we're waiting for that to happen.
And of course, when you look at something like this, again, we're really proud of this place, and I just think that St. Clair did such a wonderful job in thinking it through. But you've got some new ideas going in your place as well.
We do, yeah. And you know what? When we were touring all different facilities, we actually came to St. Clair a few years ago just to look at the facility. And as you can see on the court, it's a beautiful facility.
Yeah, it really is. All right, I know you're a busy lady, but certainly appreciate you giving us some time here. Enjoy the rest of the championships, and congratulations on leading this. Again, as the convener, it's a very important job, and it takes good leadership, and this league runs flawlessly. So congratulations on everything. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Martha Peak. She is the convener of OCA women's basketball, and she certainly does a great job in doing that. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll check in with our basketball analyst, Royal Church. He'll break down the first half for you. This is the 2020 OCA Women's Basketball Championships on We Digital Productions.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and four-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions.
Are you passionate about a particular sport? Would you like to combine it with your education? Are you thinking about a career in one of the many rewarding construction-related trades? Do you love subjects like science, technology, engineering, or math? Take a look at the academies of the Windsor Essex Catholic District School Board. You'll be glad you did. And years from now, you'll look back on your high school days as the best times of your life. The academies of the Windsor Essex Catholic District School Board. We're with you all the way.
Hi, I'm DJ Smith, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. For the best in local sports coverage, We Digital.
We continue on with our halftime report here at the 2020 OCAA Women's Basketball Championships here in Windsor, Ontario at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Dominic Papa, along with our broadcast doctor of basketball, Mr. Royal Church. Durham Lords and the Fanshawe Falcons doing battle here in the second game of the tournament. The Falcons have grabbed a 35-23 lead after 2 quarters of play, and I guess maybe not surprises here, Royal. Durham's playing hard, but I just think maybe Fanshawe has a little too much there.
Yeah, you're right, Dom. They're deep, they're talented. They've got the twin towers, Natalie Warren and Grace Shea, 34 and 22, who are just awesome. Really thick and tough and good players. Then they got Shawada Anjou, who in my opinion is the best player not only in the West Division but the entire OCAA.
Yeah. Speaking of Shawada Anjou, we're going to take a look at some highlights, and one of the highlights we're going to look at is Shawada Anjou. Well, as to what you're speaking of, look at the move here, and then you know what? She just makes it look so easy. She's fluid. I mean,
she's very fluid, and you know what? She's Bill Carrier's best team player too, Dom.
Yeah.
She gets the ball to her teammates. It seems like, you're right, it seems like she scores at will. Whenever she feels like it, she scores.
On the flip side, a great player in her own right, Kendra Oliver of Durham, right here, number 34. She won several awards at the banquet, and rightfully so. She was the All-Rookie Player of the Year. She made first-team All-Stars. She's dominant. What a future for this girl.
Yeah, and I think it's her sister, Sierra, number 10. They're both very talented players. And this young lady right there, number 4, is also...
yeah, that's Glendenning.
Glendenning. She's... Heather told me she's her best player usually.
That was right with her three-point try. Here's the numbers after the first 2 quarters. Again, anything standing out to you there, Roy?
Well, the field goal percentage is 7 or 8 points, but that means a lot. That 7 or 8 points on the shooting percentage scale, Dom, means 10 or 12 points in the game. Not much to pick other than that. Although Fanshaw's had 10 free throws, made 7. Lords haven't been to the line hardly at all, only twice.
Yep.
Turnovers are close to even. So rebounds are even. It's just that shooting percentage, Dom, and the domination of Chawada Anjou.
Yeah, she's been solid, and that was expected. She's key. She's the catalyst to this Fanshawe team. One thing I'm surprised of, even in the first game, Raw, the three-point shot. There's a lot of three-point shots. Is that kind of the approach now? Let's do the 3 thing.
People are selecting the three-point shot players to shoot it on the perimeter. It used to be in the old days that you'd get the ball inside and you'd play the game inside out. Yeah. Inside, and if you didn't even get it out, now it's outside in. Take the three-point shot first, worry about post play later. And in some ways it's good for the game, but in a lot of ways it isn't, because like you said, the three-point shot's dominating the game. And it really shouldn't. It should be more 2-point shots, jump shots from the elbow, different things.
Sometimes it almost looks like it's even getting forced, Royal.
Yes.
I mean, obviously a team that's behind here in Durham's case, is that something that they got to push now? Obviously they're going to be a little more desperate than what Fanshawe is.
I think you should. I think they should play inside out. Try to get the ball inside first. Have that the first thing in your mind. And if the post player is double teamed or can't get a shot away, kick it back out for the three-point shot. The three-point shot is a valuable tool these teams have, Dom, but they use it too much.
All right, that's why we have you here to explain all of that. Royal Church, our basketball broadcaster, our basketball analyst, helping us out here at halftime. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it's the call of the second half. Aaron Sanders and Reed Innes will continue on with the play-by-play. You're watching the 2020 OCAA Women's Basketball Championships on We Digital Productions.
Here, it's about you. Your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College, it's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Like our champions, We know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Barron Championship rings. This is who we are.
And we are set to start the third quarter here in the 2020 OCAA Women's Basketball Championship Game 2 as the Fanshawe Falcons lead the Durham Lords 35-23 as we approach the second half. Along with Reed Innes, this is Aaron Sanders here in the Monts on Time Express broadcast booth. And we heard a little bit of what Royal Church said. There's more, the game today seems to be shifting more to the three-point shot, but when it comes to the Durham Lords, it hasn't worked in their favor. They may be down by 12, but they were able to put on a strong run. So I think the most important thing here, Reed, is for them not to rely on the three as much as they have.
Absolutely, and it goes for both teams. Fanshawe didn't shoot it well from outside either, but for Durham especially, when you're trying to get back, they were 1 for 10 in the first half from the three-point line. They only went to the free throw line twice. If you're standing outside shooting jump shots, the referees aren't going to put you on the line. You've got to attack the basket, try and create situations where you're driving. That's where you're going to get some easy looks. That's also where you're going to end up going to the free throw line. You're going to be able to chip away to lead.
They have to get a move on, no question about it. And there it is right there is Emily Glenn dealing with the steal. She deals with Jessica Jordan, goes inside the drive and draws the foul. And to your point, Reed, it's all about the movement. If you're standing there, that's one thing. But going to the basket, that's how you're going to go to the line.
Absolutely. And with Glendenning here especially, I referenced it early on. You know, she shot an air ball. She missed a couple of her early shots. She's a veteran player. She stayed with it. She played the passing lane. She went to the basket. That's what you expect to see, and the rest of the team's going to follow that lead.
Glendenning has 5 points for the afternoon at the moment. Her third year from Plattsville, started 9 of 13 games, and third from three-point range too, 37.6%. As Allison Cotton dribbles the ball down, Andrew from outside, and it goes in and out. Cotton the putback, no good.
Second opportunity for Fanshawe. Didn't take anything away from it. Durham's lucky to get the rebound there, which is something they did a lot better in the second quarter. They out-rebounded Fanshawe 12-4 in the second quarter after a slow start.
And in total, in terms of the rebounds, 22 apiece. Glendenning, 5 on the shot clock. Zulich from downtown, got it.
That looked good, straight on. Nice follow through. She released it nice and high. That's a good looking shot.
Especially when you're under pressure with a shot clock too.
Absolutely. In that case, the clock's running down. You got to take that shot. It's when it's early in the clock that you want to see them try to move and get it to the basket.
Warren spots up from the elbow. It's no good, and Oliver's down there for the board. Here's Oliver racing between right behind her. Glendenning misses the shot. And Jordan brings it up to the left side. Cross courts over to Andrew. Andrew long two. Heartbreak City as Brissett tried to go for the rebound, but it was Oliver who got it instead.
Fanshawe settling for long shots early in the clock. That's not a good way to keep your lead.
What a feed from Sierra Oliver, but Shuat Andrew picks up the foul. Trying to go for the block right on the fast break. Another look at this. And on that backdoor cut was Sierra Oliver. Good decision.
Yeah, that's a nice look by Glendenning inside. Get the player, let her to the basket, which is exactly what you want to do. Keep it away from the defender. It's tough to say you let that one go if you're Andrew, but at the same time, you gotta pick your spot. She's a valuable player. You want to keep her on the floor.
Sierra Oliver at the line, shooting 54%. East Division all rookie. In addition to that, not only a scorer, but she's a sharer too. Tied in 5th in assist with her teammate Andrea Zulich. Total of 65 assists for her.
Yeah, she's got the ball in her hand a lot of time right now. She's creating. They're going to need her to have a strong second half to get back in this game.
Ball goes into the hands of Cameron. Outside right, yes. So Michaela Wright finds an opening from three-point land. It is now 38-28.
A little bit of pressure from Fanshawe. Try to force Durham to make a decision early, try and maybe force some turnovers.
Zulich over to Oliver. She has 12 for the afternoon. A double-double for her, 12 and 11 boards. Zulich finding Sierra. One-on-one with Andrew. Finds Brissett. And it's off the mark. Andrew loses control of the ball. Tightropes the sideline, but could not maintain her balance. Durham with another break.
Durham fortunate there. Brissett was wide open. I don't think that's really her shot. You could kind of tell just by the look on her face that she didn't know what to do there, but you got to take it. They're lucky to get it back and get another kick at the can.
Chance to cut it the single digits as well as Glendenning will inbound it and sends it right over to Brissett. Foul on the other end. There's a foul on Michaela Wright, and that will be her first of the afternoon, team's third.
Yeah, Kendra Oliver's getting position inside. She's strong. She's tough to move. Fanshawe's got no choice but to lean on her to get her out of that spot. Going to get some cheap fouls if they keep doing that.
Reset with a leaner, tangle up. It'll stay with Fanshawe. With 7:21 remaining here in the third quarter. A little too much of a hustle down near the sideline.
Yeah, it just ended up 2 players getting their feet tangled up, both trying to go after the ball. That happens.
This is Leblanc. She brings it up court, one-on-one with Glendenning. Andrew, the far side, sends it over to the right. Right back over to Cameron. Andrew the ball again. Looking for the foul, but can't get it. Warren, second chance, falls away, and it's no good, but that will send her to the line.
Fortunate there. I don't think that was a shot from Andrew. I think she was looking to pass it. Ended up in her teammate's hands anyways.
And this Shuat Andrew, good decision to go for the crossover dribble. But Warren zeroed in on the ball, and she zeroes in on that first free throw as well. Natalie Warren with 6 now. 4 rebounds to her name. 2 of 7 from the field. And he gets both to go. 40-28 is now the score. Durham down 12. Here's Zulich for 3. Put her there.
Very nice shot. Good job by Sierra to collapse the defense a little bit, open up the perimeter, and then able to knock that outside shot down.
Right, going coast to coast. It's no good. Cameron tried to fight for the ball, but it's reset with the one with the board. 9-point game, 6:34 remaining here in the third. Durham stepping up the intensity offensively and defensively. Glendenning guarded by Warren. Zulich, another crack at the 3. It's off the mark this time. Cameron met by the double team, and it's a tie-up.
Good hustle there from Brissett, getting her hands on the ball, tying that up. They don't get the ball, but it allows them to set up in their defense right now.
Jamie Gordon checks in for Durham. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Van Dyke and Allison Cotton returns to the floor for the Falcons.
Durham's done a good job bringing this pressure, a little bit of full court action. Fanshawe is handling it, but it's creating a little bit of chaos for them.
Fanshawe shooting 30.4% from the field as Van Dyke couldn't control the ball off of that chest pass. And it's Durham ball. They're shooting 26% from the field. 3-point percentage, that's another story, 23.1. But they have piled on to the rebounds, like you said, to start the second half. Oliver goes behind the back on Andrew. Andrew shovels it over to Zulich. 6 minutes to go here in the third. Oliver puts it up, and it's no good. Second chance, put back, off the mark. Why not a third one? She puts it up, it's no good. But to her credit, she's off to the free throw line.
That's a great job staying with it. You know, she might have got hit on the first one. She definitely, from here, looked like got hit on the second one. The third one, she left the officials no choice but to make the call for her, put her on the line.
She followed through on the play, and nobody on her right side to contest for that rebound. Kendra Oliver, double-double for her today as she knocks down the first free throw. And again, played and started all 16 games in the East Division. But the interesting stat is she scored more than 20 points in 7 of those 16 games.
Yeah, and she's a problem inside. Like I've said, she's a very strong player. She's a smart player. Fanshawe wants to keep this lead and win this game. They got to get away to get inside and keep her off the glass. You saw in that play, there's 4 people standing around her, and she just kept going up and getting the ball on her own.
And keep her out of the free throw line, too. She's
Absolutely.
perfect from there. Blackbird. And here's Wright. Yes. Gets the floater to go, and it's now 42-33.
You know, even though they gave up the points, that was a good defensive possession by Durham. They forced the Falcons, into a tough shot late in the clock. So that's what you want to see. You want to keep that coming on the ensuing possessions.
The fake by Glendenning, but the teardrop doesn't go. Warren is there for the rebound. Launch over the Blackbird. Blackbird shovels it right into Van Dyke. Van Dyke working with it, falls away, and it's short. Baseball pass over to Oliver. Goes coast to coast and puts it in.
Great job protecting the ball with their body, going straight to the basket, nice and strong.
And the Lords are back into this game. Full court pressure applied, and the Fanshawe Falcons break out of there. Leblanc breaks through. Blackbird thought about the three, but goes inside, shovels it in, and draws the foul.
That's unfortunate. I thought we had a chance for a held ball down here. That would have been Durham ball.
Going back to the replay, this is Fanshawe's possession. And Blackbird had the open shot, but it looked like she was a little bit intimidated by Kendra Oliver.
I think it's understandable. She had good position. You know that she's smart. She's going to try and take away the lane. You don't want to take too much of a risk. Obviously, Durham's fighting here. You don't want to give them any extra momentum.
Blackbird scores her first point and knocks down the second one, 44-35. Sierra Oliver finds the back door, Zulich. And Andrew with the foul. That'll be her third.
Actually, they called her out of bounds. I think Andrew was standing on the baseline when she made contact with the ball there.
Good pressure regardless from the baseline. As Glendenning goes for the tray, it's off.
Durham still very active on the glass. It's making a huge difference right now.
They're leading in rebounds at the moment. Oliver goes up, it's no good, but guess who's there for the putback? Kendra Oliver.
Like we said, if they want to make a run here, they're going to have to go attack into the basket. They've done a much better job of that here in the third quarter.
14-9 is the score in the third quarter, and Durham takes it away. A collision right there, but Oliver sends it right over to her sister, Sierra. Zulich for three. In and out. And Blackbird comes up with the board. Andrew motioning from the top. Andrew feeds it right into Warren. Warren goes to work on the mismatch. Traveling. An opportunity for Durham to cut this lead to as low as 4. Michaela Wright and Jessica Cameron comes in for the Fanshawe Falcons.
It's another very strong defensive possession from the Durham Lords.
And Warren took too many steps on that. A barber's chair timeout coming up. This time to Durham. And at this point, if you are in the huddle of Heather LaFontaine's Durham Lords, what do you do?
I'm telling them to keep playing the way they're playing. You want to continue to bring the energy. You want to keep it up on defense, continue to box out and attack the glass. They're still losing, but they're in control of the game right now, even though Fanshawe has the lead.
And we'll talk about more about that in a moment. But looking at the West Division standings at the end of the regular season, Fanshawe tied with a 17-1 record for the Humber Hawks, but Humber won the tiebreaker, so therefore Fanshawe ended up in second place. But they had an incredible finish to the season. The Fanshawe Falcons won 14 straight. If you add that crossover playoff win against the Loyalist Lancers, that's 15 in a row. And if they want to keep that winning streak going on, they have to adjust immediately, because this Durham Lords team is really giving everything they got. 14-9 run from them.
Yeah, this Fanshawe team, they've been here before. They're the defending champions. They know what to expect. They got a lot of veteran players. They're not going to get too high or too low. They're just going to keep playing the game. And that's exactly what you want. As a coach, it makes your job a lot easier because you don't have to do as much instruction. You can just encourage and keep their heads in the game.
And you have a handful of veterans, too. I mean, Michaela Wright, Bethany Miller, Jessica Jordan, Shuat Andrew, along with Sydney Kendallin and the rest. So it goes to your point, not a lot has to be taught with the exception of the couple of rookies, but they know the system real well, and why not? They played more than 19 games. It's taken away from Wright. Andrew from downtown, put her there.
She's a player, it's early in the shot clock, but she's a player that You know she can knock those down. You don't worry too much as a coach. Let her take those chances because you know even if she would have missed it, she would have got back on defense.
13 for Andrew, but Zulich puts in a 3 of her own, and we have a shootout here at the Sportsplex. 47-40 to score. Right to Andrew. Andrew driving in from the right. Right, trying to find Warren, but has to take it in herself. Misses the floater. Second chance, yes.
Kendra Oliver, very, very active down there. She did a good job playing defense, just unfortunately couldn't get around and grab that rebound. It's one of the few she hasn't grabbed.
Glendenny from outside. It's short. And back come the Falcons. Right, breaking through the double team and sends it to Cameron.
Unfortunately, that's the problem when you bring that full court pressure. It takes one misplay, all of a sudden it's broke and you get easy shots down at the other end.
2:09 to go. Oliver with the ball. Glendenning at the corner. 9 on the shot clock. Gordon back over there. The shot from Oliver is no good.
Fanshawe showing a little bit of zone there, trying to slow things down, clog up the middle.
Andrew goes all the way. Teardrop is no good. And the Durham Lords continuing to show their prowess on the board. Sierra Oliver draws the foul on Michaela Wright.
Another smart play by Sierra Oliver, attacking the defense. Don't let them get them set up. Don't let it get set up. Like I said, they're sitting in a zone now, so if they're out of position, it gives you a chance to get a better look.
With a total of 332 points shot, Andrew ended up 4th in total points, 5th from three-point land, 36.2 points per game, scored 20-plus points in 6 games, and ended up 6th in the OCAA scoring in the regular season.
Yeah, she's definitely a scorer. She brings it both ends of the floor, but she is known primarily as a scorer, and she can score in bunches.
Sierra Oliver gets 2 free throws to go, and she has 7 points. As she's near the 10-point mark. Andrew guarded by Sierra Oliver. Warren at the top and sends it right on over the feed as Jessica Jordan couldn't control the ball from the pass of Taylor Hill.
The Durham defense led to that ill-advised pass. It was a good look, but unfortunately she led her teammate a little bit too far. The pressure forced her hand to throw a little bit longer than she would have otherwise.
Just been too much. Durham has not led since 4-0 in the early stages of this game. Oliver driving in from the left, flustered around, the shot is off, but it's free throw time for Jamie Gordon.
Nice drive on the baseline here by Oliver.
And I didn't think the Falcons anticipated Kendra Oliver to drive right from the baseline and up and in.
No, and I definitely don't think they expect her to pass it off, especially there, but unfortunately she's behind the backboard. She didn't have a whole lot of options. Gordon standing wide open with a good look, so it was a smart play.
Those free throws go. 51-43 is the score. Approaching a minute here in the third quarter. Andrew from downtown got it. Baseball pass to Gordon. Can she control it? Yes, she does. Glendenning from outside. Almost got it to go. That would have been a difference maker right there. But Andrew keeps it up, crosses it over, fakes once, twice, puts it up and in.
Durham showing a little bit of tired legs there. Both Kendra and Sierra Oliver late getting back. Led to an easy look inside for Fanshawe.
Zulich and the Durham Lords trying to cut this lead back to as low as 10. Zulich dribbling, shoots it from the charity stripe, yes.
Zulich has played well this quarter. She knocked down some shots. She's brought a little bit of pressure on defense.
And she has 15. Kickball on the play will stay with Fanshawe with 10 7/10 remaining here in the third. Meanwhile, Ashley Leblanc checks back in for the Fanshawe Falcons.
Very important here for Durham. You don't want to give up an easy look anywhere on the floor, but you also want to make sure you don't foul.
This is a big defensive stop for Durham coming up. Cameron tried to feed it. Andrew bails her out. 6 seconds to go. And Durham with another foul. They have one more foul to give at this point. Team foul counts now at 3. So Andrew will inbound it. 6 7/10 to go. Inbounds over to Jordan. Leblanc feeds it inside to Warren. Good look as the quarter runs out. And the Fanshawe Falcons found a way to get right back into this ball game, but they expanded their lead to 13. 58-45 is the score. We're at the end of 3. Fourth quarter after this message and word from We Digital Productions.
On-Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On-Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On-Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On-Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On-Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
Here we go for the fourth quarter as Fanshawe leads Durham 58-45. Aaron Sanders Reed Innes here in the Mont's On-Time Express broadcast booth. A lot of changes were made, but it worked out in Durham's favor despite the deficit. Reed, they've been going to the free throw line more, and who knows, the game might be decided by those free throws.
Absolutely. 10 trips to the line that quarter, which is huge. I think the big difference here, keep in mind, Fanshawe finally did knock down a couple of outside shots, so Durham made that little push, but then Fanshawe got it right back on 2 possessions.
Leading scorers for Fanshawe, Shawad Andrew with 18, Michaela Wright heating up with 13, and Andrew gets another triple to go, as it's now 61-45. Kendra Oliver with 18 points and 15 boards, double-double for her, 15 points for Andrea Zulich as she also heated up in the third quarter. That shot is missed by Oliver, and bringing right down the rebound was Leblanc, as she finds Cotton and misses the shot. There's a foul on the play that's going to go on Durham.
Yeah, that one's on Oliver, I think. It'll be her second.
And Kendra Oliver with only her second foul here today. The winner of this will play Algonquin tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. This shot goes for Allison Cotton as she finds a nice look and banks it off the glass.
That one's a little too easy. Glenn Dennings asking for a hook from the official there, but unfortunately she didn't have any help either, so end up with a wide open look on a layup.
Gordon, ball movement was deflected by Leblanc. It will stay with Durham.
Durham's going to have to find a way here to keep their energy up. It's going to be tough because they've been trying to dig out a hole for 3 quarters now, or going on almost 3 quarters.
Again, their last lead was 4-0 in the first quarter. That shot is missed. Look out, Warren and Oliver were tangled up there, but on the other end, it's Andrew. Andrew gets the step on Sierra Oliver. This is Jordan, gets the step, fires a 3, and it goes off the side. Oliver almost met by the double team. She bails herself out of there, brings it up court.
A lot of contact there a couple of times on Oliver. She stayed with it, kept her composure. She finally got the call.
Bill Carrier not happy with the previous call. And on the other hand, we see Heather LaFontaine talking about the physicality in the last couple of possessions. Well, Michaela Wright comes in for the Falcons. And Katisha Brissett checks in for Durham.
Brissett coming in, a little bit more of an inside presence. Gordon's very strong inside. Brissett's got a little bit more height, a little bit more length. Try and help on the glass.
Well, we'll see if that depth advantage works out in Durham's favor. Zulich fires it up and it's off. There's Jessica Jordan with the ball. Jordan to Andrew, guarded by Oliver. Fires a three anyway, but misses it. Oliver's looking to go coast to coast, but she slows things down. Oliver driving from the left side. Brissett at the top. Pass batted away by Wright, but it's Oliver who finishes it off.
Great job by Oliver to stay with that. Pass got deflected, she found it, she went and got it, and then got the 2 points.
63-47. Leblanc for three. Goes in and out. But the Falcons save the ball. Andrew, another crack at the tray. Goes in and out like a fast food restaurant, but the ball goes the other way. And it looks like they changed the referees have changed their decisions. Fanshawe will inbound it with under 8 minutes to go.
I think they're trying to say that Oliver got a piece of that as well, and obviously she was the last one to touch it.
Warren finding Wright. Outside Leblanc for three. Yes!
Good ball movement, found the open person. She had her feet set, she was ready to go, let it fly, and knocked it down.
Durham slowly seeing this game run away here. The good feed inside to Oliver. Battles Warren and gets the shot to go.
Very nice pass inside.
And Kendra Oliver now has 22. Andrew with the fake, drives inside, leaning with the right hand. It's off, gets her own rebound. Fakes around, finding Warren. Warren over Oliver, gets it to go.
Right now it's just looking like Fanshawe's got a little bit too much energy left. Durham's been fighting for so long, he might not have enough left in the tank.
Zulich from downtown, it's no good. The coaching staff wanted the foul, they won't get it, but however, they will get the ball back. It appears that Durham has obviously been unhappy with some of the checks right down to the basket. They wanted a foul on it, but regardless, they need to be careful because the last thing they need is a technical foul when they get the ball back.
Absolutely, and you know, I commented on earlier in the game that the officials were letting the players play, which is a good thing. But then you get it down here where you're trying to dig out of a hole, you're trying to get back in the game, and you want to get those calls and you're not getting them. It can be very frustrating.
Here's Oliver finding Brissett. She'll take a crack at it from downtown. It hits off the corner. It'll go to Fanshawe.
That's great hustle by Sierra Oliver to get in there, try and make a play. From here, it looked like she had knocked it off of Fanshawe player's foot, but the official saw it the other way.
So 6:30 to go here in regulation. Fanshawe leading by 19. Remember, the winner of this will play at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon against Algonquin for a chance for an OCAA medal. That shot this time goes as Jessica Cameron gets on the scoreboard. And Fanshawe usually averages around 82.8 points per game. That's best in the league. It is taken away, but Oliver regains it for the Lords. Brissett through the double team, and he draws the foul.
It's important here. The lead stretched out a little bit, but Durham's got to keep attacking, keep trying to get to the basket. It's a nice drive by Brissett. She didn't get it to fall, but she's going to go to the line and get a chance at two.
All she needed was for Michaela Wright just to get close to her hip. And that's where things just went down for the Fanshawe Falcons. Katisha Brissett at the line, and she misses the first. 61.5% from the line, and played and started all 16 games of the regular season. Her career high, 12 points against the St. Lawrence Vikings on January 29th. Second free throw goes. And Rashida Gibbs checks in for the Durham Lords. Meanwhile, Natalie Warren and Legacy Blackburn checks back in for the Red and Black.
I see subs again there, trying to bring the pressure, keep the legs fresh so they can keep pushing.
This is a 20-point game as we're approaching halfway here in the fourth quarter. Right with the jumper, that's no good.
Nice rebound by Zulich and an outlet pass. Look at her still pushing up the lane.
Almost had a give and go opportunity. But Zulich gets the ball back and connects for the three.
Very
and that's
nice
a timeout.
execution.
And Bill Carrier calls a timeout. Their first Barber Chair timeout here in the half for the Fanshawe Falcons. And it's all about the movement. And it was due in part of Andrea Zulich staying with the play.
Absolutely. She created it on both ends of the floor there. She got the steal. She led the break. Made the smart decision to kick it back out when they cut it off. And then spotted up, got her feet set, and knocked down the open shot.
After this game, the St. Clair Saints, the host of this tournament, will play against the George Brown Huskies. That's going to be a good one, but it will not start until 6 p.m. here on We Digital Productions. JP and I will be on the call for that, and that's going to be an interesting one. St. Clair's first crack against an Eastern Division rival this season. But again, the winner of that will move on to the next round tomorrow afternoon.
That'll definitely be a good game. George Brown, very good team. They always are. St. Clair, obviously, very strong year in and year out. I think it'll be a very good contest. Two teams that are very competitive at both ends of the floor.
And both of these teams know a thing or two about establishing the press on the defense. So it's going to come down who plays the better defense here.
Well, absolutely. And then the backside of that is who capitalizes on the mistakes that they can make. Or sorry, that they can force, not that they can make.
That's right. The Algonquin Thunder is already in the Final Four in terms of an OCAA medal opportunity. Who will be next to get one step closer to the OCAA podium? Fanshawe or Durham? Right now it's Fanshawe with a 70-53 lead. Here's Blackburn trying to drive, feeds it right inside to Van Dyke. Outside right. It's no good. That would have counted as a two regardless. Oliver finding Zulich, who's been very effective since the second half began, but they turned the ball over.
It's a ill-advised pass out there to Gibbs. I mean, it's the right idea, but Gibbs hasn't been in the game for a whole lot of time here. Might have been better off to just kind of bring it up, slow it down, and try and get a good look.
Has played about 4 or 5 minutes in this game, and Fanshawe, in turn, turns the ball over.
Coach Carrier bringing Andrew back, try and settle things down a little bit here.
Yeah, it comes down to the veterans, Shuat Andrew and Allison Cotton, checking right back into this game.
Still a lot of basketball left to be played. I mean, 17 points is a large lead, but stranger things have happened. If Durham keeps fighting, they've got a chance.
Halfway in here in the fourth quarter. Oliver driving inside, no good. Kendra Oliver with the rebound, puts it up, and no good. That ball stayed there for a second, but it just decided not to go in.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Very frustrating. Good strong move by Kendra to get the rebound and go back up. Gotta imagine she's got some tired legs right now. That weighs in on the shot as well.
And it's amazing to see how the second chance opportunities keep on popping up for Durham as that free throw goes. Total rebound game right now. Fanshawe 39, Durham 38. And Oliver knocks down both free throws.
Key here for Durham's gonna be getting some stops. It's great that they've been making Fanshawe work late in the clock, but unfortunately they've got a very limited amount of time. You want to get some stops a little bit earlier and then try and capitalize, bringing it down the other way.
But you don't want to rely on the three at this moment.
No, I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't yet. I mean, 15 points it's definitely not an insurmountable lead. I think you got to try and get as many easy looks as you can. Try and force Fanshawe's hand, drive to the basket, have them put you on the line, and wait until you absolutely have to rely on the three-point shot.
And a beautiful fadeaway from Natalie Warren as she picks up 11 points today. 72-55 is the score. Gibbs feeds it to Kendra and scores, and they'll send her to the line.
Very fortunate there that Kendra Oliver capitalized. Sierra Oliver is wide open. You see her on the other block. Completely missed, but Kendra Oliver capitalized, knocked it down. Looking to get a three-point play here.
She's knocking on the doorsteps of 30. She now has 27 points off after that free throw. Fanshawe has no more fouls to give. Durham has 2.
Durham needs to use that to their advantage. Keep going to the line.
Blackburn swings the ball over to Andrew for 3. In and out. Man alive, that's a tough shot, but Durham has a chance to capitalize on it. Gibbs from the corner. Hits the corner. Oliver swipes down another rebound. Met by the triple team. Flings it up, no good, but Glending's there to pick it up, but can't get it to fall.
That's a tough miss. She was wide open. It's almost too open.
That was a shot they needed the most. And Sierra Oliver with the foul. That's her 3rd.
Yeah, the Durham coaching staff still looking for the call to go the other way. They might have had a bit of an argument on that one.
The ball remains with Fanshawe until Blackbird knocked down the triple. Oh, they count that as a long 2, but it's a 16-point Fanshawe lead. Glendenning inside to Oliver. Misses the opportunity. And it's one of those opportunities where for Durham, that's usually their bread and butter.
It absolutely is. Not just with Oliver. You can see when they get inside, they're very strong with the ball. You have to imagine right now, Kendra Oliver's played a lot of minutes in this game. She's carried the load. She's got to be tired. And to constantly have 1, 2, sometimes 3 Fanshawe Falcons leaning on you, it's going to wear you out.
And Oliver misses the shot. 27 points, but get this, 20 rebounds. Gibbs takes it away. She'll take it in herself, but it's a little bit short. Oliver with another rebound and the bucket. Make that 29 points and 21 rebounds for Kendra Oliver.
That's a heck of a performance. There's still 3 minutes left to be played.
And she's playing a season high right now as Wright's shot goes far to the east side. Oliver feeds it in to Oliver. That's an Oliver connection, and she now has 31. That is her season high.
Durham's just going to keep chipping away. They're trying to bring the pressure on defense. Got to be smart here. You want to move your feet, make sure you're not reaching.
Andrew trying to find somebody, but it's no good for Jordan Brankevelt.
Still no need to rush here. They want to get good shots.
Zulich for 3, off the mark. Gibbs tried to go for it, but can't. Wright hits the deck, taken away by Gibbs, but taking it right back this time around was Blackbird. Ahead of the pack, Hill with the finger roll. What a reverse. And it's Glendenning with the ball into Oliver once again. 33 points. And remember, we're under 2 minutes, so every basket means the clock stops and substitutions could be allowed here. Jessica Jordan checks in.
Well, if Durham keeps it up on defense, they continue to get some stops, force some bad shots, or at least some contested shots. They've still got a chance here. They got to be mindful of the clock, though. They can't wait too late in the shot clock to get their shots up. And they got to make sure they're being aggressive and force Fanshawe's hand when they're on defense.
And there they are with the full court press. It is a technical foul called on Bill Carrier. Durham still into this game, and because of that, not only they get the technical, but they will retain possession. And who else to put to the line than Kendra Oliver? That was her first miss from the charity stripe today.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, she wanted to knock that down, obviously. Fanshawe benefits, though. It was a dead ball technical, so they still retain possession.
I'm glad you cleared that up. Fanshawe with the ball, but Durham with that full court pressure. The Falcons break out of it. Hill. Loose ball on the floor, but putting it right back and in was Grace Shea. And I think that might have been the dagger. Gibbs trying to drive from the baseline. Travel's called.
That's unfortunate. It's a nice drive. I think she just kind of got caught in a tough spot and had to do something with it. Ended up holding on a little too long, and then the foot came down.
Fanshawe, a minute and 28 seconds away from moving on to the next round. Is taken away from Oliver. We usually see her effective on the glass and on the score sheets, but not much from steal department. But she has had a heck of a game. Double-double, 33-22. And that shot from Sierra Oliver is a no-go. But Oliver's there to put it back. Surprised to not see the ball get swung around to Zulich. She's been shooting the ball well outside. Nobody even looked at her over here. This obviously has to be the performance of the tournament here. Kendra Oliver just keeps on finding ways to get herself involved. 13 of 30 from the field, 7 of 8 from the line. But when you add all that up, make that 34 points and 24 rebounds.
It's obviously very early on. It's only the second game of the tournament, but hard to believe that anyone will be able to match that output in any of the upcoming games.
You have to think with those 24 rebounds, that has to be a record of some sort in the tournament. We might have somebody who has the record books check that up throughout the tournament.
I think that would definitely be worth looking into. You'd be surprised. There's some pretty significant records in the OCAA, but that is quite the performance from any one individual.
That three is no good this time around for Jordan Brankeville. Gibbs brings it up the court and draws another foul. And once again, the Fanshawe Falcons are over the limit. That is on Taylor Hill. 37 seconds left in the game.
It's tough not to look back and think, well, if Durham would have had a little bit better start to this game, could have been a completely different situation right now in the final minute. They were down by 12 at the end of the first quarter and found themselves trying to dig out of that the entire rest of the game.
And this is from a 4-0 lead they had to start the game. They haven't led since.
No, and they've, in a lot of ways, as much as obviously the score doesn't show it, they've controlled the game. I would say probably from about midway through the second quarter on.
Brankeville drives inside and draws the foul. So these free throws could be the icing on the cake for the Fanshawe Falcons as we get another look.
It's a pretty easy call there. Oliver was just trying to recover, play defense. There wasn't a whole lot she could do.
And Kendra Oliver, very, very well disciplined. Only 3 fouls for her today as those free throws go for Jordan Brankeville. Maybe the icing on the cake here as Fanshawe is seconds away of meeting Algonquin in the second round of this championship. And Oliver will have another chance at the free throw line. She's
spent a lot of time there today.
She's gunning for 37 points at the moment. She has 35, 9 of 10 from the free throw line.
They were only down by 14 and they went up to 19.
And Oliver knocks down the first free throw. Once again, coming up, we'll have post-game coverage with Dominic Papa, and then at 6 p.m. we'll have the St. Clair Saints and the George Brown Huskies here on We Digital Production. That's Game 3 of the OCAA Women's Basketball Championships. Ball stays with Fanshawe after shifty hands from Rashida Gibbs. Not giving up at all, as it's now 79-70. Of course, the big takeaway from this game, Kendra Oliver with 37 points, 24 rebounds. On Fanshawe's side, Shuat Andrew is able to take care of business. Backcourt violation with 4.2 seconds to go.
Yeah, the two best players on each of these teams obviously stepped up big time today. Unfortunately, Durham just didn't have quite enough to get the job done.
One more Barber's Chair timeout for the Durham Lords, as they will try to find a way to cut into this lead much more before the buzzer. This was a game for the ages if you've been following Kendra Oliver in the Durham Lords despite the loss. But looking at the other scoring, Andrea Zulich with 18 points. she rose to the occasion in the second half, because there were times where we said that if she keeps this intensity up on the defense, you know that's going to shift over for the offensive side, and that worked out for her. Sierra Oliver, the third leading scorer, with 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. But looking at Fanshawe's side, 3 players in double digits. Shaw Andrew, 21, Michaela Wright, 13. Same with Natalie Warren.
Yeah, it's a very strong performances on both sides. Like I said, Durham has made a push several times, but Fanshawe's been able to answer the bell, and they're going to come away with the win.
And unfortunately for the Durham Lords, their season comes to an end here. Final seconds. Hickey over to Zulich. One more crack at it, and it's all over as the Fanshawe Falcons have defeated the Durham Lords 79-70. Stay where you are. We have post-game coverage coming up here on We Digital Productions.
I want to understand why.
I want this to be perfect.
I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions.
Are you passionate about a particular sport? Would you like to combine it with your education? Are you thinking about a career in one of the many rewarding construction-related trades? Do you love subjects like science, technology, engineering, or math? Take a look at the academies of the Windsor Essex Catholic District School Board. You'll be glad you did. And years from now, you'll look back on your high school days as the best times of your life. The academies of the Windsor Essex Catholic District School Board. We're with you all the way.
Hi, I'm DJ Smith, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. For the best in local sports coverage, We Digital.
Here, it's about you. Your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College, it's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Barron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back to the 2020 OCAA Women's Basketball Championships here on We Digital Productions. We're coming to you from the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Our second game has just been completed. The Fanshawe Falcons prevail over the Durham Lords 79-70. The player of the game for the Falcons, the veteran Natalie Warren.
Yeah.
Natalie Warren. For some reason I said Warner earlier, but Warren, Natalie Warren. Good stuff. You get a game ball. Talk to me about the game here, Natalie, how you thought your team played.
Definitely can do better,
Okay.
especially coming down to the end. Defense needs to pick up. We need to do better containing their all-stars. We let a girl drop, I think, 35 points, which is not okay. So definitely looking forward. Defense needs to be better, but we're happy with how we moved the ball and came out with the win. So.
Yeah, and, Durham's not an easy team. I mean, they came into this tournament with a pretty good record, and they played over in the East Division as well, so you don't get to see a lot of them.
Yeah.
It was kind of a different matchup for you guys. Probably a pretty good game to have at this point in this tournament. Is you want to be challenged a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's nice to have somebody that's going to make us stay on our toes. Like, we don't want any easy games going forward, because all the games from here on out are going to be tough. So we want to be prepared and make sure that we're giving it all and prepared for every game to come.
Talk to me about your game. I know we got to talk yesterday, Natalie, and this is the last run for you, and you've been pretty successful at this tournament. I know you'd like to get another gold medal around the neck there.
Of course.
So you're a step closer to that, but your game overall here and how you felt you contributed here in this game.
Yeah, I thought I did okay, kind of sealing and getting under the basket, finishing okay. I got to the free throw line a few times, which was nice. I don't often get to the free throw line as much as I'd like to, so it was nice that I was able to get there. And then just finding the open players and going for rebounds and all that stuff. We shoot quite a few threes sometimes, so it's nice to get in for the rebounds if there's any long ones, or else if they just fall under the basket and try for a putback. So that's kind of my job.
You know who your opponent's going to be tomorrow now. You're in the semifinals.
Yep.
Algonquin Thunder, an outstanding team, 15-1 Eastern Conference champions. Again, it's another one of those crossover games, so a little bit different for that reason, I guess. But as you just said, and I couldn't agree with you more, Natalie, it's not going to get any easier. What do you think of that opponent tomorrow, Algonquin? And I'm sure you've watched them.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of the game beforehand, and then we had to warm up, so we didn't see all of it, but I'm assuming we'll have the film from the game earlier, so we'll be able to watch it and kind of see what they do. I think we've been a little bit prepared in the fact that we have their games from in the season and stuff as well, so if anyone was watching game tape, we can do that a bit beforehand. But yeah, it'll be exciting to play somebody new. We always like to change it up. Sometimes it can get a little repetitive playing the same teams over and over, so it's nice to play a few East teams.
Congratulations on this game.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on player of the game.
Appreciate it.
Natalie Warren doing a great job for the Fanshawe Falcons. Her team moves on to the semifinals. They'll be in competition again tomorrow here at the championships against the Algonquin Thunder. So that's the story. You can get in, Natalie. I know you probably want to get changed up. We certainly appreciate Natalie giving us some time, but that's it for this, our second broadcast. Again, we have 2 more telecasts to do to take care of day 1 here of the OCAA Women's Basketball Championships. We'll be back here in about an hour from now. It's going to be the St. Clair College Saints right there, the hometown team, taking on the George Brown Huskies. Our broadcast time will start at approximately 5:55 p.m. And, of course, 6 p.m. we'll bring you all the action live. Justin Prince and Aaron Sanders will have the call for you. So that's the story up to this point. 2 games are in the books. We're going to take a break, feed the crew, and we look forward to seeing you back here at 6 p.m. for more great collegiate basketball action. On behalf of everybody here at We Digital Productions, this is Dominic Papa. Thanking you for tuning in. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again soon.